Hello, my narcissistic abuse family. Welcome back. I have a great video today. Um, Friendly game of dodgeball going on in the basement. Don't be alarmed if you hear screaming and squealing. They actually are laughing. This is how my husband entertains the kids while I'm trying to make a video. So, disclaimer. Here's another disclaimer. If you thought narcissists were pieces of shit already, wait till you hear all of this information. It's only going to amplify that feeling. They're deplorable. I feel that way, that they're horrible excuses for people, but wait till I share this with you. So my husband and I talk a lot about the situation involving my narcissistic mother, enabling father. And, years back, I was engaged to a narcissist that totally discarded me. So there's that lingering back there too. At that time, I was, ruminating about like what is going through his head. And so if that applies to you, I feel you. But this information is kind of in relation to these people. If you've dealt with a narcissist, you've been abused, and you have been targeted by them, and you've been profoundly hurt and betrayed. And if you're like me, I always overanalyze everything. You're like, what the heck? Like, how could they live with themselves? What goes through their head? Like, do they think about what they've done? Do they realize how much they've hurt me? All those questions. So, this has been a topic of conversation that has come up with my husband and I. Like, now, given the current circumstances with the toxic duo, we wonder, like, obviously, they don't want to get it. Like, we have made it crystal clear, painfully obvious what the situation is and why we have initiated no contact with them. It's because they've hurt me and betrayed me in more ways than I can even list at this point, but I've given them specific concrete examples, and it's like they don't even acknowledge them. They don't even address these things that they have done. So that leads you to wonder, like, what are you thinking? Like, why don't you just acknowledge your wrongdoings? Like, do you know you're a piece of shit? Like, these are the kinds of questions that I have pondered, and my husband too. We wonder, like, do they know that they've done horrible things and that they're terrible people? So, my topic today is about how do narcissists see themselves? What is their self perception? I've talked about this a lot. At the root of the whole disorder is the fact that they are weak and fragile, and they have sustained some serious trauma, probably in their childhoods, and they are overcompensating for that. They're defending themselves with this elaborate, facade, this grandiose exterior, trying to protect themselves. But, like, where does that end? Like, is there a point where they recognize, like, this is all bullshit and I'm just, putting this out there to protect myself? No, they don't. That's why it's a disorder. They don't acknowledge that this is all fake, and it's so embedded in them. It's such an intricate defensive system, that they believe their own crap. So that's how they see themselves, as obnoxious and condescending and entitled as they come across to everyone else. they believe it themselves. They truly think that they're better than other people. So I'm just going to list a bunch of toxic beliefs maintained by the narcissist. This is all probably stuff that you've suspected in dealing with this person, but I'm here to confirm it because they really do feel this way about themselves. They really are this condescending. They really do believe they're better than other people. It's horrible. Okay, so they always want to be the center of attention. They always care about how they look. They possess specific traits like having a sense of entitlement and requiring excessive admiration. We know that. But, again, their thought process. How do they perceive the outside world as well as themselves? So I'll start off with, the narcissist in your life could be a boss, unfortunately, I'm sorry, or your parent like me, or an ex, or a current partner, or whatever. But all these people are the same. You know what always just gets me is that I have this awesome Instagram account and people are so wonderful with participating with their own, comments and experiences. And it doesn't, these people are halfway across the world or all the way across the world, and they have had a narcissistic mother or partner or whatever the association is, and they have the same experience. It's mind-blowing that these people are so strikingly similar in their behaviors and actions. All right, I'll start. So if you have a narcissist in your life, this I thought was interesting. You've been abused just because of the nature of the way these people conduct themselves. So they're harmful to everyone around them, whether it's, a contrived effort or not. Just the way they carry themselves and their lack of regard for everyone else is abusive. It's just by default, you are harmed in having, any interactions with a narcissist. They feel that it just casts a wide umbrella of suffering, all the people around them. So, here we go. They believe, they love themselves, and they think that we love them too. They think, I love myself, and I know you do too. They think everyone loves them, and they can't imagine anyone that doesn't. They just see themselves as being, perfect. They're impervious to any faults or flaws that they have. They also, this one gets me. They feel that they have no need to apologize. They are entirely unapologetic. And you're probably in a situation similar to my own where you're like, just say you're sorry. Everything could be different if you would just apologize. They won't do it. Excuse me. They have no capacity to be remorseful or to... God, I get a chance to make a video and I'm sneezing. I'm sorry. Anyway, so they feel that they have no reason to apologize. They're perfect. They're flawless. Everything they do is with good reason. They also feel that they have few equals in this world, and so far they have yet to meet one. So they idolize themselves, no doubt. They think, my narc mother definitely does this. My ex definitely did this as well. They just feel like they're so much better than everyone else. they're so, grandiose and entitled that there's few people in this world that exist that are as awesome as they are. And they just haven't met these people. The people that they're surrounded by, they tolerate, but it's not their it's not their desired company, we'll say. The other belief that they have is that most people do not measure up to them. That's obvious. They feel that they appreciate that there's rules and obligations, but they apply to us, not to them, because they're special. They don't have the time or the inclination to abide by rules. I made a video about this one time, like that they'll break laws, like they'll speed and do things like that because they just feel like they're better than everyone, that they should not be held down by these institutions, by these rules and regulations. Another belief held by narcissists is that, like, I wish we could be equals, but we're not. We'll never be. You'll never be as good as me. So the person will remind you at every opportunity that they're the smartest person in the room, how well they've done in school, business, as a parent, etc. And we should be grateful just to be in their presence. They also believe, like, they may seem arrogant and haughty. That's okay with them. They just don't want to be seen as being like us. They want to differentiate themselves on the spectrum of being incredible and amazing, and we're down here. We do not measure up. They also believe that, this one, they expect us to be loyal at all times, no matter what they do. They stab us in the back left and right, but we should, pledge our undying allegiance to these jerks because they're so amazing. And we're just lucky to have them in our lives. They will criticize us and they expect us to accept it. If we criticize them, particularly in public, they will come after us with all their narcissistic rage and fury. And they will never forget. They will never forgive us. They will always pay us back with a vengeance. They will never forgive. So ironic. There's another video that I had done, but they'll never forgive anyone. They expect everyone to just excuse them for their disgusting behavior, but they always expect everyone around them to be fully interested in whatever crap they're talking about. And like all of their achievements and their lives and how great they are, they expect everyone to be interested in what they have to say and what they have achieved. This is so true because my narcissistic mother got a job, and she doesn't do much, but she goes on and on and on about it. It's like they love to align themselves with people and things that are more important than them because they put themselves on that level, on that scale. Oh, so true. They do not believe that they are being manipulative. They see it like, I just like to have things done my way, no matter how much it inconveniences other people or how it makes other people feel. They see it as, this is for the greater good. Everyone's better off if I get my way. So never mind who I'm hurting in the process. This is the way it should be. They also believe that they expect gratitude at all times. My ex, my narc mom, like, this is all very applicable. That, like, she loved to make me feel obligated at every opportunity. You know, she would bring these, like, unnecessary items to her home that she would get on clearance from, like, Marshalls or TJ Maxx or whatever. Be like, here, I bought you hand towels. And I would fall right into it, man. I would always be like, oh, thank you so much, thank you. You know, not being able to thank her enough. So they expect you to be so grateful to them for just existing, but for the, you know, small, meaningless things that they do, they expect you to always be grateful to them. They see themselves as only associating with the best people, and, you know, us, our friends, whoever we associate with, we don't measure up, and our friends, our people, they don't measure up either. The narcissist just tolerates us. That's how they see themselves in relation to us. And the final thing, they think that if we would just listen to them, do what they say, everything would be better. Like, no doubt, my narc mother, again, I hate using that word to describe this woman, but she is villainizing me left and right now because I've chosen to protect myself and my family from her malicious, ridiculous behavior. And, you know, she's no doubt going on and on, running her mouth to whoever will listen, which I don't think is an extensive group of people at this time, but she's just saying, you know, that I'm awful and I'm angry and I'm ruining everything because I have no relationship with her and I don't want her to be a part of our life anymore. So if I would just brush everything under the rug like she has always done, everything would be fine. So they see, narcissists essentially see themselves as the assholes they come across as. They really believe their own crap. That's ultimately the premise of this video. So if you've been hurt by one or you're trying to, you know, make sense of it, like, there is no sense to be made out of these people. That's why they have personality disorders, because off the charts, they're like, we cannot wrap our heads around their level of toxicity and negativity, because they have an entirely different thought process. They don't make sense. All right, you guys, I gotta go. This video, I'm running out of room on my camera. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. I hope I've provided you with some sort of validation and useful information. Please like, please subscribe if you like this video. Again, I love and appreciate you all. We're bumped or we're bruised, but more than anything, we are blessed. See you soon.